This tournament has been one to separate the elites from just the great. Hey everybody, I'm Brendan, and truthfully, the winners of each of the previous 6 groups have been winners by vast margins, by vast shows of skill, and I don't think it's going to change at all. As we head into Group 7, we have 6 qualified, 3 of which have put on a full sweep. 8 wins. 8 possible wins every video for a singular car, and 8 they got. 3 cars got that, the other 3 still winning with quite the impressive margin. One of them getting, I believe, 7 wins in the last video, so not far. And here comes Star Wars jumping over the bridge, and he'll cross fine. He'll pick up 5. But that being said, the finals is full of elites, even though the heat races are full of greats. That separation is going to be, it's visible in this race because there's a lot of tough obstacles to cover through each lap. 2 loops, I mean, that's going to throw you off. 2 hairpins, and then you got that bridge at the end, which really throws a monkey wrench into the whole thing. So it's not an easy course. Star Wars here, who started with 5 on the near side here, down by a few lengths. Loop-de-loop, now speeds up inside line, and he's got a lead by a couple of lengths. Here comes the Aquaman to try to steal it away, and he's down a couple lengths, didn't accelerate out of the bridge section. He needed to. He needed to try to get those back wheels down early and push off from the downward-facing section on the other side of the bridge. Could not do it. That's okay. Star Wars, so far with 2 5s. Aquaman still in a good position to advance as well with 2 3s. The other 2 cars not looking at all fast out there. Mercedes is holding on a little bit, but really Porsche is the one who stand out. He may not even be a great in this case. Someone who kind of maybe wandered into the wrong racing tournament today. Star Wars jumps through that bridge and goes on 2 wheels through that and ends up with another win. How interesting it'd be if we managed to rack up 4 that can do nothing but win in their respective group stage. Heat 4, here we go. Star Wars to sweep it. Star Wars there in lane 2. Mercedes in 3 on the near side. We have Aquaman, the only real challenger to Star Wars, it seems. Star Wars gets a good breakaway out of the turn. He's only down a length. Here we go to the next turn. Aquaman starts to lose that lead and has to go outside. Big change in lead. Star Wars jumps the bridge, roadblock, loses all speed, and he's knocked across. He almost lost his sweep. I don't want to say roadblocks, really more just spins out and gets almost stuck. And is lucky that there was no room for the Aquaman to pass. Look, Aquaman had nothing he could do besides run into him. Honestly, if he had stayed right and gone for the nose, which was angled more forward, he might have been able to, create a spin about that back center of mass the Star Wars has, where it's heavier in the back, and maybe push past and leave him spinning. But either way, a tough time, a tough moment for the Aquaman to make the perfect decision. And Star Wars almost lost his sweep there. He'll be advancing along with the Aquaman. And we'll get our next group here. Corvette, Metal Diesel, Growler, and the Porsche. Porsche, again, not looking very good. In the last round, Porsche was bad. Growler turns around, almost knocks himself off the track, and he's going to pick up the first win. A lot of spinning through the bridge section in this one. And right now it looks like, with the exception of Porsche, these other 3 cars do have the speed to make it happen. So let's see if things stay as equal as they seem. Growler on the far side, taking a big wide turn here into the first one, and has time to catch up. Now Porsche coming back with a lot of speed this time. Growler on the inside, though. He's going to take back that lead really smoothly. Now zigging and zagging towards the bridge. Corvette back on top. Metal Diesel, they're finishing in short order the same way last time, and that they do. They lined up the same way. Metal Diesel almost bounces off the track, but gets that back wheel down, and they get the same points. 2 5s for the Growler. I mean, it's randomized, right? I mean, the choices for each 8 cars is randomized, so the chances that every group stage is getting 2 cars or 1 car that is just absolutely dominant compared to all the others is just very unexpected, but that seems to be happening in spades. Oh, Corvette almost had the win. He slides up on his back through the finish line. Luckily, he had momentum off his wheels. He almost lost that lead. Porsche is gonna park himself parallel on the course. And the Growler will suffer his first loss. Shows that there's weakness there, and that was by speed. Corvette had it easily. He almost lost it just because of a very silly mistake through the bridge. Tried to do too much when he was up so much. He should have stayed in his lane. He almost lost that. I mean, something about the hood of his car, though, very slippery, so he really ran across that finish line, even on his back. Growler had the lead for a second, loses to Corvette, who blocks him nicely, now zigs to the outside, and Growler can't push towards the finish line. Not enough time to speed up. Corvette was going to cut him again. I think he was going for a late nose block, but he didn't need to. And they're both tied at 16, and they'll be advancing. All right. Well, into the finals. Star Wars, the only one to not lose a race yet. Growler and Corvette seem to be fast. I think it's going to be hard for Star Wars to just take this one with no contest. Here comes Star Wars getting an inside line off the bat. He is up by a few lengths, though, but not a lot. And he has to go outside here. It's going to be hard to hold that lead. Oh, Corvette almost got back into it, but struggles to hold his ground through. Oh, and Star Wars is blocking the finish line. A lot of nonsense there. Star Wars with a finish line block. Corvette almost had the lead. Couldn't hold... really, I mean, it was just a lack of agility through the interchange, the transition. And Growler got in there as well and picks up the 3 points. I almost said couldn't hold his footing for the Corvette, but, I mean, that just doesn't work. These are wheels. Here we go. Corvette now with a lead. Star Wars right up against him, taking that inside 3 line. Growler has a length lead. Star Wars might lose his first race behind, and he skids past him as Growler goes up on 2 wheels vertical. Oh man, that was a tense race. Star Wars almost lost it. He still has a full sweep on hand. 30 points he's put up. Growler had a win, and maybe it was contact from Star Wars in the back, I couldn't tell. Or if it was just a mistake on the Growler out of panic because he was in the lead, but by so little. Here comes Star Wars in lane 2. Around the inside, Growler has a lead again this time. Only by a length through the bridge section again. Growler cannot hold on once again. He went for a nose block that had no power. He nose blocked and then pulled the back wheels away. And he couldn't even get in front. He's a short car. What is he doing? Just stay straight. Stay fast. Unbelievable. Star Wars with 555. Growler had 2 distinct opportunities to go ahead here and took none of them in stride. He's down 6 points. All that can happen is Star Wars picks up the full sweep. Even then, Star Wars will advance fast through the inside line. He's up by a big lead. He has some pressure from behind Corvette and Growler through the jump, and Star Wars, no nonsense to the finish. Corvette, wonderful nose block as well to keep Growler back. Does not matter, and Star Wars will win with an even 20 in both stages. 4 cars in this tournament. And 4 of them here in the advancing spots that have pulled off the full individual sweep in the group stage. How wonderful this finals will be. 1 more car will join these 7 next time. Subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Races and Fun.